Hey everybody, and welcome to your lab class for Physics 1105. Okay, so this is a video just to get you started. Now you should be able to get onto this page that you're seeing right now by typing moodle.randolphcollege.edu and using your regular Randolph College email. Sign in, meaning just the first part of the email. So my email is kshank at Randolph College. So my username is kshank, and then my password is the same as for my email. So you should be able to get in that way. All right. So this is what the course page and everything runs from this page. So first of all, there's a syllabus and lab manual site, which I'm going to open in a new tab here. I'm going to move my Zoom is in the way. And you can see here that this is a site that tells you everything you need to know about the lab, and then all of the manuals are over here. For instance, the first one is statistics. And you can see there's a bunch of information. There's information about the pre-lab, et cetera, on your, there'll be a link to this everywhere when you are on the Moodle page, but that's just to show you. And let's just look down. So first we have a calendar that you should probably print out maybe or put it somewhere where you can see it. And this tells you all the due dates. Now, in this lab, we have 10 labs, and some of them have formal reports, formal written reports. The first lab that has a formal written report is Lab 3. Now, you'll know what to do by then because we have a couple of things that show you how to write those labs before you do that. But the other labs, there's formal written, so there's a few of those. Then the other ones are informal, which is just sort of a quiz about you doing the lab. And then the first one is actually an oral report, but that just means that you are going to make a video of yourself talking about the lab. And you can use a PowerPoint and talk over the PowerPoint, etc. But that's for lab one. And that's the only one that has that format. Okay. All right, and that just should be you discussing what you did for the lab, your results, and answering any questions that might be that on the lab manual page. All right, so this is here, and what you can see here is you can see that there's pre-activities for every lab that are scheduled for the day before that we suggest you do the lab. Now, you don't have to do the lab. So, for instance, lab one, intro and statistics is shown to be for this Friday. That's just a suggestion to get started then, because the deadlines for turning in that um, lab is the 2nd of June. So if you get started here, you have a good time to get the stuff done, maybe ask some questions if you need to, etc. Just be aware that, for instance, the pre-activity for lab two is before you even turn in lab one. But anything in green is a suggested day, right? Like this is to give you like a scaffolding to help you keep on track. Okay, now you should be getting a lab kit for your labs. If you haven't got one already, you will be getting one in the next week. The first couple of labs don't need the lab kit. Okay, so don't panic if you don't have it right this second. I'll be keeping in touch with you about that as we go through. All right, so this is all we have here. Basically, we have pre-labs, we have the labs themselves, which are activities, and then, of course, a report of some kind, an informal report, an oral report just for lab one, and a written reports. Okay. All right, let's take a look at what we have here. So first of all, let me scroll down here. We have office hours, but the best way to get in touch with me about something is to actually text me. Here is my phone number. Texting me is really good because I see it right away. Now, if I'm driving or something, I won't be able to respond right away. But it's also great to we can schedule something right away, etc. Make sure that you tell me who you are and which class you're in when you text me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now, if you text after 9, I may Eastern time, I may not get right back to you. Right, I'll get back to you in the morning. But that is the best way to get hold of me. All right, let's take a look at the structure of the page. So, for instance, for Lab 1, Intro and Statistics, right? It tells you what type. It's formal oral. Remember, that's a video that you're going to submit. It tells you that the lab kit is not required. And it gives you a to-do list. Now, the first lab has a bunch of kind of pre-activities that we do. This is not always the case. We will have one pre-lab for every lab, but this has several activities to get you started in the lab, as you can see here, right? And it says schedule or report time. That's not actually the case. You you'll be submitting a video. All right, it has an introduction video for you to watch. It has a link to the actual manual. It has all these things that you're supposed to do, right? And before you do the lab, and then it has a well, where's unfortunately, I have not put in here the place where you can submit your link for your video. So you can upload your video to YouTube or you can put it onto Google Docs. There's somewhere where I can access it when you submit it, but there'll be a place for it. Okay. Same thing, here we go for lab two, right? It tells you what the deadlines are for the different things you're going to be doing, tells you lab kit is not required. So sometimes there are going to be little simulations that you're going to be using, etc. Gives you some tips about using Excel. LinEst is what we use for fitting lines. And so that's really important, etc. Lots of different little videos to help you. Okay, so now lab three is the one that is the first one, sorry, the first one, because you have a couple, that is a formal written lab. It does not require a lab kit. And this one here is you'll know what to do, right? Because there's a lot of information in the manual, but on top of that, we have a formal lab report requirements and guidelines quiz, right? So when you click on this, there'll be lots of information. There's also the guidelines, and then we want to make sure you understand the guidelines before you have to turn in a report. And that's down here where you upload a PDF of your report. Okay, so this is kind of how this goes. All right, well, all of this will be ready for you by the time you probably start class, and that is tomorrow, Tuesday, the 26th. Um, all right, well, I hope to see you doing some good work in the class, and we will see you in class, virtually, that is.